Okay, guys, come back again. Let us now we're gonna talk about we our idolize. So for me, I like Nikola Tesla because you know what? I like Tesla studied engineering and physics. Like, yeah, he's a smart guy. So I'm gonna tell about his background story. So Nikola Tesla, born and raised in the Austrian Empire, Tesla studied engineering and physics in the 1870s without receiving a degree, gaining a practical experience in the early 1880s, working in California and at Continental Edison in the electric power industry. In 1984, he immigrated to the United States, where he became a naturalized citizen. He worked for a short time at the Edison Machine Works in New York City before he struck out on his own. With the help of partners to finance and market his ideas, Tesla set up laboratories and companies in New York to develop a range of electrical and mechanical devices. His alternating current AC, induction motor, and related polyphase AC patents, licensed by Westinghouse Electric in 1888, earned him a considerable amount of money and became the cornerstone of the polyphase system, which the company eventually marketed. Attempting to develop inventions he could patent and market, Tesla conducted a range of experiments with mechanical oscillators or generators, electrical discharge tubes, and early X-ray imaging. He also built a wireless control board, one of the first ever exhibited. Tesla became well known as an inventor and demonstrated his achievements to celebrities and wealthy patrons at his lab, and was noted for his showmanship at public lectures throughout the 1890s. Tesla pursued his ideas for wireless lighting and worldwide wireless electric power distribution in his high frequency power experiments in New York and Colorado Springs in 1893. He made pronouncements on the possibility of wireless communication with his device. Tesla tried to put these ideas to practical use in his unfinished Warden 5 Tower project and intercontinental wireless communication and power transmitter, but ran out of funding before he could complete it after Warden 5. Tesla experimented with a series of inventions in the 1910s and 1920s with varying degrees of success. Having spent most of his money, Tesla lived in a series of New York hotels, leaving behind unpaid bills. He died in New York City in January 1943. Tesla's work fell into relative obscurity following his death until 1916, when the General Conference on Weights and Measures named the SI unit of magnetic flux density the Tesla in his honor. There has been a resurgence in popular interest in Tesla since the 1990s. Okay, so that story background about the Nikola Tesla. So yeah, thank you.
So guys, now I'm gonna my idol is Elon Musk. Or the long name is the complete name is Elon Reeve Musk. I'm gonna explain. This background is it is a business magnate, industrial design and engineer. He is the founder, CEO, CTO, and chief designer of SpaceX, early investor, CEO, and the product architect of Tesla. founder of the Boring Company, co-founder of Neuralink, and co-founder and initial CEO, chairman of OpenAI. A centibillionaire, Musk is the one of the rich people in the world. Musk was born to a Canadian mother and a South African father and raised in Pretoria, South Africa. He briefly attended the University of Pretoria before moving to Canada on age 17 to attend Queen University. He transferred to the University of Pennsylvania 2 years later, where he received two bachelor degrees in economics and physics. He moved to California in 1995 to attend Stanford University, but decided instead of pursue a business career, co-founding the web software company Zip2 with his brother Kimball. The startup was acquired by Compaq for $307 million in 1999. Musk co-founded online bank X.com that same year, which merged with Confinity in 2000 to form the company PayPal and was subsequently bought by eBay in 2002 for $1.5 billion. In 2002, Musk founded SpaceX, an aerospace manufacturer and space transport service company, of which he is CEO, CTO, and the lead designer. In 2004, he joined electric vehicle manufacturer Tesla Motor. Now, Tesla as a chairman and product as architect, becoming its CEO in 2008. In 2006, he helped create SolarCity, a solar energy service company and current Tesla subsidiary. In 2015, he co-founded OpenAI, a non-profit research company that promotes a friendly artificial intelligence. And in 2016, he co-founded Neuralink, a neurotechnology company. He focused on developing brain-computer interface and founded the Boring Company, a tunnel construction company. Musk also proposed the Hyperloop, a high-speed fast train transportation system. Musk has been a subject of criticism due to the unorthodox of unscientific stance and highly publicized controversies. In 2018, he was sued for defamation by a diver who advised in the Tamlua Chow rescue. A California jury ruled in favor of Musk. Also in 2018, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) sued him for falsely tweeting that had secured funding for a private takeover Tesla. He settled by the SEC, temporarily stepping down from his chairmanship and accepting a limitation of the Twitter usage. Musk has spread misinformation about COVID-19 pandemic, and he received criticism from experts for his other view on such matter, artificial intelligence and public transport. Uh, uh, his his education background, Musk applied for a Canadian passport through his Canadian-born mother while awaiting documentation. He attended the University of Pretoria for 5 months. This allowed Musk to avoid mandatory service in South African military. Arriving in Canada in June 1989, Musk failed to locate the his great uncle in Montreal and instead stayed in Young Hostel. He then traveled west to live with a second cousin in Saskatchewan. He stayed for a year working odd job and farm and lumber mill. In 1990, Marx entered Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. 2 years later, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania. He graduated in 1997 with a Bachelor of Science degree in economics from a Wharton School and Bachelor Art degree in physics. Okay, there is Elon Musk is my idol, and now maybe is Aryadita. Let's go.
Wah, panas banget. I will tell you about my idol. Who was Steve Jobs? Stephen Paul Jobs was an American inventor, designer, and entrepreneur who was the co-founder, chief executive, and chairman of Apple Computer. Apple's revolutionary products, which include the iPod, iPhone, and iPad, are now seen as this dictating the evolution of modern technology. Born in 1955 to University of Wisconsin, graduate student who gave him up for adoption. Job was smart but directionless, dropping out of college and experimenting with different pursuits before co-founding Apple with Steve Wozniak in Steve Wozniak in 1976. Jobs left the company, then launching Pixar Animation Studios, then returned to Apple more than a decade later. Jobs died to 211 following a long battle with pancreatic cancer. Steve Jobs' parents and adoption. Jobs was born to Johannes Siebel, later Jonas Simpson, and Abdul Fattah, or John Jandali, two University of Wisconsin graduate students. The couple gave up their unnamed son for adoption. Jobs' father, Jandali, was a Syrian political science professor. His mother, Sheba, worked as speech therapist shortly after Job was pledged for adoption. His biological parents married and had another child, Mona Simpson. It was not until Job was 27 that he was able to uncover information on his biological parents. As an infant, Job was adopted by Clara and Paul Jobs, and named Stephen Paul Job. Clara worked as an accountant, and Paul was a Coast Guard veteran and machinist. Early life. Jobs was born on February 24, 1955 in San Francisco, California. He lived with his adoptive family in Mountain View, California, within the area that would later become known as Silicon Valley. As a boy, Jobs and his father worked on electronics in the family garage. Paul showed his son how to take apart and reconstruct electronic, a hobby that instilled confidence, tenacity, and mechanical prowess in young Jobs. Step job education and college. While Jobs was always an intelligent and innovative thinker, his youth was riddled with frustration over formal schooling. Jobs was a prankster in elementary school, died to boredom, and his fourth grade teacher needed to bribe to him study. Job tells Sowell, however, that administrators want to skip him ahead to high school, a proposal that his parents declined. After high school, Jobs enrolled at Reed College in Portland, Oregon. Lacking direction, he dropped out of college 6 months and spent the next 18 months dropping in on creative class at the school. Job later recounted how one course in calligraphy developed his love of typography. Udah.
Thank you guys. There is Idol from us. Goodbye and see you next videos.